Hi everyone, my name is Angelica and today I will be doing a sewing pattern review of the pleated lily dress by DariaPatternmaking. I actually saw this dress on Etsy, so I did buy it from Etsy. I paid $10.48 for it, and it's a digital pattern, which means that it's in a PDF form and you download it and you can print it at home and keep it together. So that's what I did, and I actually made a size 8 previously, and I did put that up on my Instagram. I did do a muslin sample, but right now I'm actually going to do a size 6 because the size 8 was a little bit too big for me, so I'm going to size down and hopefully that works out. I can already tell that I'm going to do a little bit of alterations because the way that the top is designed, it's very low, so I would like it to be a little bit more higher. I really like her work, so I'm probably going to be reviewing a little bit more of her stuff. I'm trying to do a lot of sewing pattern reviews so that I can improve my skills more as an aspiring fashion designer. Just right off the bat, I like that it has a adjustment guide. So that's very helpful, and the instructions and the images are very clear and they're very easy to understand, so that's a plus. I love also that it does have a sewing tutorial. She has it on her YouTube channel, so I'm going to be linking all of that down below if you want to try it out as well, and I'll also link her Etsy shop or like the Etsy pattern down below. I'm going to be sewing the size 6, so I'm going to be showing you like the process of me making the size 6, and I'm gonna give my final thoughts on it on the end. Onto the process. First, I printed all the pages I need for my size. I ended up printing 24 pages for the size 6. I then laid out each paper to build the front, back, and sleeve patterns. I did my best to match all the lines and then tape the papers together with a clear tape so the cut lines can be visible when cutting the patterns later on. I don't remember how long exactly this took me to do because I was filming at the same time, so my guess would be a little more than an hour or so. And this is what the entire sewing pattern looks like in the end. Also, don't worry about the unaligned part in the middle. I matched and taped it all after filming this scene. Next, I made a mock-up of the dress just to show you what it looks like before I do all my alterations. I would like you to have somewhat of an idea on what to expect if you are going to take on this project. If you're wondering about this thing on my hand, it is a pain reliever patch because I'm getting old and I feel like my body can't keep up with me sometimes. So this is currently what it looks like pre-alterations. As you can see, everything on the top is extremely loose on me. The neckline is too low, the straps are very far apart, they're also very long. The back has excess fabric, especially on the sleeves. The sleeves were too big and too long. However, the good news is that the waist area fits me really good, so I don't have to change anything around there. Okay, bear with me on this one. The alterations list is a little bit lengthy. First, I moved the front and back straps 1 inch closer to the center, so it sits exactly where it needs to on my body. Second, I lowered and adjusted the armholes so when I bring the neckline higher, the armholes won't be too tight. Third, I removed the last 2 pleats on the sides because it just looks awkward on me for some reason. For the mock-up though, I just sewed the pleats in place. Fourth, I shortened the front and back straps to remove the excess fabric. Fifth, I added 1 inch extra to the hem of the dress because I do prefer a longer length. Okay, sixth, I removed the excess fabric on the sleeves by making a cut line in the middle and shortened its entire width. I'm not entirely sure if I did that correctly. I honestly just winged it. But after a bit of tweaking here and there, it turned out surprisingly well. Seventh, lastly, I shortened the hem of the sleeves. I don't remember how much I cut off, but I believe it was around 3 or 4 inches. After doing the alterations, I then transferred all the adjustments I did onto the sewing patterns. In this particular clip, I was adjusting the sleeves, so I pretty much just followed the adjustment guide that the PDF came with, and I also did more tweaking here and there. I spent the most time adjusting the sleeves. I ended up doing 3 samples for it until it turned out well. This is a side-by-side comparison of the pre and post alterations. I'm very satisfied with how everything turned out. I may or may not make this dress with muslin cotton because I am obsessed with muslin samples. I think they're just so beautiful to look at. After finally completing all of the alterations, I went out to search for the fabric I was going to use. And I just went to my local fabric store and found these colors. It's not exactly the fabric that I was going for, but it was certainly the color. I had 2 options I really liked, but I decided to go with this one because I do prefer muted colors and I really love the color that Daria used on her YouTube channel, so I decided to choose something similar as well. Once the sewing patterns were finalized, I was ready to cut and mark all of the patterns. I had a blast sewing it all together. I followed all the instructions. It was going great. I didn't really run into any problems sewing it until I got to finishing the edges. I could have serged it all to make it easier for myself, but because I chose to do a bias tape finish, it took me twice, if not 3 times as long to do. It just looks so beautiful with a finish like that. It looks more elevated and it looks cleaner to me. I think it's my favorite finish as of date. And just a little bit of a tip, if you want to do a bias tape finish like I did, you might want to get a 1/2 inch wide tape instead of a 1/4 inch tape. It'll save you a lot more time and won't give you as much of a headache, because I feel like the width was too short for me since the fabric I used is a bit on the thicker side. It is such a beautiful pattern. I love it. I love the color. I love how everything turned out. This does remind me of a modern Bridgerton Pride and Prejudice dress. If you would like to see me do a recreation of the Bridgerton outfits, let me know because I would love to do a series on that in the future. Maybe I did do more alterations than I thought I would, especially on the sleeves. So if you are a petite size like me, you're gonna have to do quite a few adjustments on the pattern. The only thing that I would change the next time that I make this dress is maybe make the back neckline a little bit lower, because it just looks really awkward with the ribbon and with that high neckline. That, or entirely remove the ribbon overall. But other than that, I'm very happy and satisfied with how everything turned out. So that is it. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think of the video, or you can comment what I should review next. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with me. If you would like to continue to support this channel, please give this a like and subscribe and share this to your friends and family. That will extremely help me a lot in my fashion journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye! On our next project, I am going to review this dress.
Can we really make it under 3 hours? Find out on the next episode of Sewing Review Saturdays with me, Angelica.